Yo guys, there's no way. DBCLF2 is actually on the chat right now. Can you believe this? It's actually him. It's DBCLF2, bro. What the hell? Okay, so actually yesterday I did a bit more of work off stream. So like here you can see I actually started doing the state machine documentation. New version soon TM. Yeah, bro. I wish. So like I've covered two scripts and now I'm going for the third of the state machine system. So the next one is the character factory. So this one here is an interface. I'm going to add it here. So basically what this does is this defines all of the states the character will have. Like these are like mandatory states. Every character needs to have all of these. Like it's absolutely necessary for them to have them. If some character doesn't have one of these states, for example, a jump state, then the game just won't work. So this interface just defines that. It also defines some parameters that are like, again, mandatory for all characters. For example, the Dance of Pain state needs to have a stun time parameter, which defines how much time the character is like doing this, Dance of Pain. So yeah, like there's not much to understand here. I just need to write down what is that. So I'll just write okay, then you have the actual base character state factory, because this one is just an interface. This one only like tells you what the functions will be. Like all of these are like prototypes of functions which return a character state. So each state will have its own function which you call, and it returns an instance of the state. But this is only a prototype. The actual class where all the functions are defined is here, which looks pretty similar, but now you're actually defining a public virtual class. And the fact that it's virtual makes it so that you can actually change it. Like every character can have its own unique idle state or walk state or whatever. And that's thanks to it being virtual. So this inherits from the interface so that basically it's all tied together. So I'm going to write it to this factory. What's this script about? Bro, I just explained it. Like, did you ignore me? Or did you just join the stream? You just joined. Okay, I'll just give you a summary. So this is just a script which defines what are the mandatory states for each character. So like for example, idle, walk, jump, run, all of these basic states, Like you need to have them on every single character. So all the states which are mandatory are defined here. And the fact that they are all virtual means that each character can have their own, like all characters need to have an idle state, but each idle state can have custom logic for every character. That's what virtual makes. So for example, maybe I want someone to like, I don't know, let me think of some example. Mm, so for example, the dash attack, it's a basic attack, but every character has a completely different dash attack. Like it can change between characters. So the fact that it's virtual allows me to change the logic basic of the basic states with like between different characters. But it's also mandatory, like it needs to have it no matter what. Okay, so and like all of these states, like all of these are functions which you call and just return you an instance of a state. But like all of these default states that are being returned are like generally all of the character use exactly these ones. But if I wanted, I could create like specific states for specific characters. So for example, here on this folder, all of these are the scripts for the basic shared uh, states. But then, if you go to the folder of Gogeta, for example, you will see that he has some of our written states because he has some unique logic. Let me look for it. Base form states over. You see here I have a folder for overridden basic states, and here you can see that the counter attack, the jump, the land, the rowing, and the run attack are unique for Gogeta. Like he doesn't use the same exact he doesn't use the same general states as the rest of the characters. He has his own logic for some of the states. So that's what this does. Like it gives you like a general, like a shared. I don't know how to explain it. Like a uh, bro, my English is not good enough, bro, to explain this. uh, okay, so like this gives you a common set of states that can be used across all of the different characters, but then each character can like substitute one or multiple of the shared states by a different uh bro, this is so hard. It's so hard to find the words. This sucks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got it. Bro, no, my English is not good, bro. Like it's getting better. Like one of the reasons I'm streaming more is because I'm finding it each day easier to talk in English. Like before, I could only write, so this is pretty good practice for speaking. Thanks, bro. Okay, so uh, bro, that's because I'm literally a physician. Like I have a degree in physics, even though I suck at physics, but I know some of the things, you know. Bro, perpendicular just means like this. This is perpendicular, this is parallel. Like, you know, perpendicular, parallel. It's just. Mm, and like, the word is literally the same in Spanish. Like, it's exactly the same word. Perpendicular. Like, just the pronunciation changes. Uh, okay, let's continue. So this inherits from the interface and defines the virtual functions. By default, the virtual functions return basic. Okay, so this covers the four main scripts from the state machine system. Like, these two, I wrote them yesterday off stream. So I didn't really explain how they work, but well. What do I even do now? Like, after the state machine, I could maybe look at some example of how a state works. Let's look at jump, for example. How does jump work? So basically, I'm going to try to explain how every state works. Like, a character state is this kind of script. It just inherits from character state, which is like what I have written here. Basically, character state is a script that has four functions that are virtual, which means they are there to be overridden. So on each state, you basically override those four functions. They are enter, exit, update, and fixed update. And all of them get called through the state machine class, which is this one. So here you can see when you initialize a state, the enter function from that state gets called. Also, when you change a state, the exit of the prior state gets called, and the enter of the next state will get called. And then the update and the fixed update get called here on the update and fixed update of the player controller. You can see it here, state machine dot update, and here state machine dot fixed update. So what's the next step with pt.3 after you go through the current code for the second time? The next step, like, you can see all of the things they have to do on the progress channel of the all that to change the character state. Bro. I mean, like, once you have built the foundation, then creating new states is pretty easy. Like, only the foundation can be a bit confusing, but right now if I want to create a new state, I just have to like copy paste any of these and just edit the functions, and that's it. But like, the passing from one state to the another, it's as easy as calling this function here. You just call this state machine dot change state, and here you select the state with this function. You see create jump attack state. Just call this, and all of the code does it automatically. Like, you can see, for example, this create jump attack state. If you go to the state factory, it's actually this function here. So like everything is connected. It's epic. It's very epic. Okay, so let's look at the jump state. When you enter jump state, what happens? So first of all, a jump sound gets played. Okay, it's cool. Then the animator plays the jump animation. Then there are some flags here that get initialized. And a timer, whatever. So this is some basic movement state. Reset the combo target and last attacker tabs. Oh, that's smart, I guess. So like, oh, I actually think that this is an idea that Bash gave me. Like, I asked him on his opinion, and he told me to do this, and it actually worked good. Which is like when you punch an enemy on Epic DVC, the game marks that enemy as your combo objective, which means that wherever you teleport mid combo, you will teleport to that enemy. So the thing is that I somehow needed to reset the target enemy so that you don't teleport to them after the combo is finished, you know? So Bash just told me to like reset it every time you jumped or walked or every time you did any basic action, which makes a lot of sense. So that's why I have here a combo target equals null. Also hit control last attacker, null. Okay. Then some friction adjustment for like movement states like jumping, dashing, landing, all of that. I usually have to adjust the friction of the character so that the like to smoothen, like to control how I want the movement to be. So that actually the friction of the character changes between states. Why do you still have two characters teleport when the combo drops? That's because DVCLF2 doesn't use teleporting. DVCLF2 only like what it does is it just turns your character to be invisible, and while he's invisible, it moves like a fixed amount of distance. Like you delete through data change. First get invisible and then move to the right like 500 pixels or something like that, and then go visible back again. So it doesn't actually teleport to the enemy. That's why sometimes combos fail. Like sometimes if you don't have the right positioning, the combo can fail. Yeah, it is crazy. Like LF2, the original LF2 doesn't have combos, so it makes sense for that change to not have that feature. Well, there is actually teleport from Woody, but the teleport doesn't work on the y-axis basically, and also it only teleports you to the nearest enemy, not to the one you're comboing. Okay, so yeah, then fixed update. So what does happen every frame? Okay, so here during states, I usually interact a lot with the animator. The animator is the component of the character which controls like the animations, and not only the sprite animations but also like the hitbox activations and disactivations and all the hitbox movements. All that is controlled through the animator. So here I usually uh, communicate with the animator with this like get current animation animator state info gives you what the current animation that is being played is. So here with state info.isName, I can see if right now the animator is playing the jump animation or no. So here I have check if the animator has already started the jump animation. So if it hasn't, then if at some point it starts playing the jump animation, then set to true this animation start flag. And then if the animation has actually started, then this you start with the logic of the state because the animation is already started. So when a state starts, I need to first make sure that the animation has started playing. Because again, the animation is not only how the sprite looks, physics. Yeah, I told you my English sucks, bro. Okay, state logic. Yeah, like Bash is really good at catching that kind of inconsistencies and then bullying you with them. Like it's like his main hobby, I'm sure. Okay, so the state logic is if the jump has yet not been applied, then there's a timer, and after 1/12 of a second, you call the apply jump. And the apply jump is actually a function we saw yesterday. This function. You see, like you see how everything is connected. Like we are right now using a function that we saw yesterday. Like this is so crazy. You see, like now he's roasting you, bro. Like, okay, then the jump gets applied. This flag gets set to true, and then after the jump has already been applied, if you press the punch key, then you go into jump attack state. Like punch buffer being over 0 means that you have punched because when you punch, the buffer becomes 0.2 and then then it starts decreasing until it reaches 0. So after you press the attack button, you have like 0.2 seconds until it stops working. So yeah, this is for going into jump attack state, and this if your velocity is negative, that means you have started falling. So then you go into land state. The land state is mm, like it's the state you go to when you start falling, and that's it. Oh, I did something good for the last attacker tag. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure you gave me that idea. Bro, Delta, aren't you like native English, or is it not your main language? Play air XC movement. Okay, then like while you're in the air, remember we have this apply air XC movement, which is like for moving a bit horizontally while you're jumping. And then of course there's the flip character. We're using the flip function that we saw yesterday. So we just input here the like the x-axis of the movement. So if you press right, your character flips right, and if you press left, your character flips left. Bro, I for some reason I assumed you were a native English speaker. I don't know why. I guess your English is pretty good, and that's why I assumed that all along. Epic. Which country are you from? Where are you? Are you from Spain? Are you Spanish? East Europe. Okay, that's definitely not Spain. Well, I'm actually from Bulgaria. Are you from Bulgaria? Are you Bulgarian? Yeah, that's so close, bro. We are neighbors. Okay. Yeah, so like you see that once the basic code of the states is done, like creating a new state is pretty easy. Teaching you so you don't tell someone you're a doctor accidentally. Okay, thanks, bro. Okay. Uh, what do I even look at now? Like now, I think it will be the time to get into the hitbox system, maybe. That what what message? Your show up in chat only on stream. Which message are you talking about? Bro, like, do I don't have the hitbox system? Am I missing something? Like, I'm pretty sure the state factory system is already covered. Like, there's nothing else to see here. Like, of course, there are all of the states, but I'm not going to go through the states. Like, I don't care. Well, there are actually some of them which I care about, like the falling ones. I could go through those because there was like a bug. Mm, what is it? Falling. So like both the falling and the lying one, it's not that long. So there was oh, yeah, this function, the bounce of wall. That's what I want to know how it works right now, like the bouncing of walls. Probably it's around here. Yeah, here. Here I call that function. If I ever decide to make movies in 3D mode, cooler and 13 first because they're huge and naturally harder to sprite. Bro, but what country are you from? You never said it. Okay, let's try understand this state quickly. So we have facing enemy has bounced Bosnia. Okay, so we are pretty close. Epic. Like I'm actually in Spain, but all of my family is in Bulgaria. So yeah, and sometimes I go there on summer vacation. Bro has been watching on times two speed. Bro is speed running the my suffering streams. Okay, so when you enter falling state, Squirrels. I don't know, maybe. I'm not around there too much. I've heard bad things, in particular about Serbia, which is like next to Bulgaria, but I haven't really heard much bad stuff about Bulgaria, which I sure there is bad stuff like, but I don't know. Okay, so first of all, when you enter falling, stop active aura. So of course, when you get sent falling, like when you get sent flying away, your active aura mode gets disabled. And then timer, if facing enemy. Oh, I think this was pretty weird. Yeah, like, okay, okay. Like, you know how the falling frames have multiple frames, right? Like, first the character is like this, then like this, then like this. Like, there are multiple frames. So here on this game, the frame you're in depends on your vertical velocity. Like the faster you're falling, the more further you are on the animation. Kinda. Yeah, bro, but she's from Canada. Don't you know? Mm, okay, okay. So if you're facing, okay, yeah, like if you're facing the enemy that just hit you, then you fall on your back. But if you're not facing him, then you fall on your front. Okay, that's basic logic, bro. Then you said, okay, that this is the fun part. Here I set the bounciness of the character to 1 so that he bounces off walls and that stuff. And initial velocity, vector, uh, okay. If it's thrown, okay, it's thrown. This is for like if you're getting thrown from a cutscene frame, like if someone takes you and throws you. Mm, so this is basically if you're thrown, the thrown hitbox gets activated because, as you should know, the when you throw an enemy in Little Fighter 2, you can actually hit other enemies, also allies. But I actually disabled the bro. How do you say the friendly fire? I disabled it here because like it's stupid. Like there's no friendly fire, but for some reason, if you throw an enemy, you can actually hurt allies. That's so stupid on Little Fighter 2. So I disabled it. Then here I set up the dynamic and static friction so that you can slide a bit on the ground. Then, okay, on the fixed update, okay, this is for checking there's no heat lag. I don't know why could that be a problem. Oh yeah, of course it's a problem because while there's heat lag, your character is stuck in the air. You can like it doesn't move, so that will mess up the frame calculation. Yeah, he can go through walls. Uh, Full frame selector too. First frames be always the same independently of the y velocity. Oh, okay, yeah. So when you hit a wall, like bro, this is so weird to explain. Like generally, the all of the frames of the falling depend on your velocity, but after you hit a wall, I want you to go through the first frames too, even like independently of your velocity. That's why I have a second fall frame selector. This one basically goes through the first frames no matter what. Like it always does, even if you're not moving vertically or you're moving too much. Bro, do you know that I'm getting sick every 2 weeks? Like, I have like the world record of times I've been sick on the past year. Like, I'm not joking when I'm saying that at least 2 times a month I'm getting sick. That's why I have this. Look at my last temperature register. Like, this is pretty insane. This is a very old thing. I don't know. Bro, is it possible to see? So it's reverse? No, it's not reverse. Okay, you see it there, right? You can see it. Okay. Oh, come on. There. You see it? It's so high, bro. Like, it's 39 and 4. It's very hard. Very high. Thermometer. Yeah, it's very high. My biggest record is from when I was like 5 year old or more, maybe 7 or 8, something like that. I went to 40 and I was basically dead. Like, but I survived. Okay. Mm, bro, look at this way. Look at the way I figure out if a bounce has happened. Like, I don't actually do any raycasts because that's pretty consuming. So all I do is I check if the x or the c component of the velocity changes signs. So if you are going into this direction and you bounce, then you will go after to the other direction. So I check for that sign change. And if I detect that the sign has changed, then I call the bounce of wall function. Feels good and bad at the same time. How does it feel good, bro? Like, are you insane? Okay, I'm back. So yeah, like the bouncing of wall is pretty cool. But now we can go through the hitbox system, which is like a pretty hard thing. I hope it's not as bad as I remember. Oh, let's first of all remember what are all of the scripts, because I want to know what is left. So first, mm, okay, blast. You have beam struggles, blast related stuff. Yeah, of course, I forgot. Like, there's the player controller, which is the main script for characters. There's also a blast controller, which is the main script for blasts, and it's also pretty long, I'm sure. Not as long as player controller, but still pretty long. Yeah, it's 400 lines long. Oh, well, this is for later on. So we have beam struggle. I think I'm going to do like a list of, in general terms, what's the stuff that's left. So you have like blasts, beam struggle. All of this is basically blast things. Then character. This is the state machine, which we already covered, and editor is not important. General functions. So here there are a lot of things which are general, like all these are part of the singleton. So I don't know if I should like incorporate all of them into the same category or have them apart. Like decal, graphic settings, yeah, they should be all apart. Like they are pretty different things. So I'm going to add a point, of course. Player spawner. Okay. Player spawner. Prefab manager. I don't know what this does, bro. Like, why do I remember looking at this script the other day, and I don't get why this exists. Like, there's not a single explanation on why is this being used. Like, in loading all of the prefabs, is this really something you have to do? It's so weird. Well, actually, maybe makes sense. Hmm. I don't know. I'm going to ignore it for now. Root singleton. I should probably. SFX. Okay, then we have the menu. Well, all this is like the main menu and well, everything related to the menus is going to add here. touch screen. I'm not going to add that because that's byte coded. And then we have animator controller. What? What does this even do? Why do I need an animator controller? I kinda think this is not something I use. Like maybe this is something I did like before and then I stopped using it because I don't see what use there is for this. I'm not sure. Can I look here for animator controller? Hmm. Okay, search for text. Well, it actually seems like what? Bro, what is this? I have no idea what this script is for. What is this script, bro? I'm pretty sure I didn't write this. Is this something I byte coded, maybe? Like, I literally don't know what any of this is. Like, usually I have some memories for scripts, but I remember literally nothing from these two scripts. I think I'm actually going to ask the AI, what does this do? Like, or maybe in the future. Like, I don't really care right now. I'm just doing like the list of the things that are left to look at. Mm, oh, this script is the one that makes the aura move. Like, it gives physics to the aura. It's not something I really need to remember how it works because it has no problems. This is what makes the flying aura rotate, I guess. Mm. Yeah, so this is executed on every frame. Probably this variable here is modified from another script. So this script, the only thing that does is rotate the aura to that target smoothly. Building, pt.3, I don't care about the building. The camera moves. I do need to remember how the camera moves because there are some bugs from that. Cutscene handler. Okay, here we have the cutscene system. It's like what? Indestructible asset. I don't care about this right now. Dual field slider. I don't care. Effect 8. Maybe Effect 8 and IK 8 are useful. General catbox, hitbox, hit controller, hardbox, IK8, IK8, key charts. What is this? This is the function we saw yesterday. Yeah, it is. It's not very important right now. Well, I guess I can add auras as a category. Yo, Lifeful. I'm getting some progress here. So from all of this stuff I've done, these first two items. I still have left to relearn all of that. Okay, then we have name tag of the name tags. This is UI that kind of falls into the menu system category, maybe more aura stuff. Player controller, player join. Okay, this is okay. I'm going to add this player spawning, player join, control assignment. Render interpolation, I don't care. Sprite sorting order, team, terrain mate, UI controller, VFX controller. I guess I have to add a category for VFX. bro, like, oh yeah, like I can update it a bit. Okay, done. I've updated the progress bars. What do you think of the update? The progress bars. Is the update cool or is it not cool? 4. Yeah. Okay. And I'm pretty sure there are even more stuffs. Like probably like yeah, like the scene management. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is all of the categories I need to look at. Of course, bro, there's always more progress than bad. Like it's impossible to have less progress than 0, you know. So yeah, basically, okay. So now let's see the good side of this. Like this might seem like a lot, but actually the part that are very problematic are these 4. These 4 are going to basically kill me, but then after that, all of these are very chill, you know. So yeah, actually, I'm probably going to only struggle with these ones because like this is all of the blast stuff. The beam struggles are insane. Like they are so confusing. The cutscene system is the most confusing part of the code. Then the hitbox system is hard. It's not the most confusing, but it's not easy either. Wait, I'm confused. Are those like remembering or what? What? Like this? I just wrote here all the categories that I have to remember about. These 2, which are painted in green, are the only ones that I've covered so far. Like here, I have some diagrams made for those player controller and state machine system. So I want to do one of those for every single category of these. Yeah, remember, I'm not remaking anything. The game works fine. I just need to remember all so I can fix the bugs and optimize it and then expand it more. Mm, okay, so now I'm going to get into the hitbox system. I'll change the order. This is kind of the order I will follow, at least until here. Then after that, I don't know. Like these are way simpler than these 4. And after that, you start the part. No, 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 bro. No, no. After this, I start the part where I struggle to optimize the game and I suffer while trying to optimize the game. And then it comes the part where I suffer trying to fix the bugs because there are some bugs that I have noted. And then after that, it comes the part where I have to convert all of the BFX, all special effects. I have to convert them to PNGs so that they can be used for all mobile devices. And then I have to suffer with the rest of the stuff is not that bad. Yeah, the rest is more fun probably. But like performance improvements, bug fixing, and getting PNG versions of the visual effects, it's going to be not very nice to be honest. Okay, so let's get into the hitbox system. I'm procrastinating it a lot, but we have to start. We have to get into it. So let's see what the main scripts are for this. So I'm going to add like a new category. Look at this. Just copy this big square and change the color to like this maybe. I'll call it hitbox system. Even though it's not just hitboxes, it's also hard boxes, but hitboxes are like more famous. We just killed a mosquito or something. Okay, so what are the main scripts? Well, not the main, but what are all of the scripts? Actually, like for hitboxes, there's also the blast hitboxes. Maybe that means that first of all, I should look at the blasts instead of looking at the hitboxes right now. I think I might do that, probably. Yeah, that's the logical path to follow. Yeah, I should do that. So let's change the order again. I'll put blasts before everything else. Let's change this to blue because blasts are usually blue. So for blasts, what do we have? We have the blast controller. Where is it? Oh yeah, I literally have a folder with all the blast related scripts. But it even has state factories. Like there are state factories for blasts. This is insane. Like the blasts also have states, not only characters. Mm, oh, of course. What is this, bro? I might have been a bit pissed off or something. This is for continuous beams, which I guess I also have to look at. Bro, even another category have here. So we have beam struggle. I'm going to ignore beam struggling for now. Blast body. Blast. Let's first of all look at how blast objects are structured. Mm, I don't have any blast here. So I'm going to start the game and I'm going to shoot a key ball. Okay, so this key ball disappeared. Okay, it's actually here. So the blasts have a blast renderer, which is not used at all because, well, I will use it for like for when I have PNG versions of the effects. Then there's the hitboxes, the horde boxes, and then you have a body. Okay, and the body is what interacts with like physical objects. So this is what detects that the blast is hitting a wall, basically. Then keyboard. This is the visual effect, and then this is the visual effect for destroying. So yeah, the structure is pretty simple. Prologue is Vegeta's attack. It's so powerful. Bro, look at that her physics. It's so epic. Why is it so fun to destroy stuff? Epic. Okay, so we have Blast Body. I don't know what Blast Body is. Have Blast Controller, Blast General Catchbox, and this is because blasts can also cut stuff. It might sound insane, but I need that for certain moves. I don't. I think like the Gogeta attack, the meteor explosion, where he does this thing, Super Gogeta. There's like a blue aura that catches the enemy, so that's an example of an instance of a time where I need a blast to catch an enemy. Then the hit controller, hardbox receiver. So basically, like blasts have the same stuff that characters have, but it's simpler. Okay, so let's go to the blast controller. Maybe I'm wrong, and I should first of all look at the hitbox system, but not sure. Like everything is interconnected, so it doesn't really matter where I start. Okay, let's try to finish this whole script on today's stream. So first of all, we have a bunch of variable declarations. Have a state machine, same as the characters. You need to add but there are things for beam struggles. Like I don't want to know anything about beam struggles for now, so I'm going to ignore it. Like beam struggles are so messed up. No, actually, I remember like revisiting the code for beam struggles not that long ago because at some point I investigated the bugs from beam struggles, and I think the code is not actually that weird to understand. The problem is that the bugs are weird. Like there are two bugs which make no sense. Like they should not happen, but they do happen for some reason. Like you probably, if you play the game, you probably seen that bug where a blast gets stuck in the air and it doesn't move. That's one of the bugs that come from beam struggles. And then there's the one where a blast that should win a struggle actually loses, and it doesn't make sense. And I remember after analyzing it, it's like the beam struggle works fine, but for some reason, one of the two one of the two beams like uh, has a like a faster damaging rate than the other. So if they should be doing like 10 damage every second, one of them will do 20 instead of 10. I don't know why. Like I remember that was one of the bugs. Okay, so we have facing right, ground layer mask. It's pretty similar to the character controller. Body tile, body hitbox, capsule, okay. Summoner. Okay, this stores the object that appointed this instance. So this stores the player that summoned the blast. Reference to IK8 monitor. Okay, yeah, I don't care about IK8 right now. Then we have avoid stretching on the y-axis, useful for particles. Use billboarding. Okay, yeah, like lots of particles use directly look at the camera. So you don't want to stretch the y-axis. Effect 8 manager. Okay, effect 8 object manager. Mm, C point stuff. Yeah, I don't care about C point right now. Then awake. First, you start the state machine. Like there's a state factory for every single different blast in the game because each blast acts differently. Well, kind of like whenever there's like a blast that doesn't require a new functionality, I just use one of these. So, for example, if I create a blast that acts as a Big Bang attack, but it's not a Big Bang attack, then I will just use this Big Bang attack state factory because it works the same. So I only need to add a new category here every time I add a blast that has like new functionality. Mm, then this is just all the reference. All the references are being said. Bro, this is not a mod. What do you mean? I'm a game dev now. I'm not a modder anymore. I've grown past that phase. What? But Broly is not yet released, you know? Okay. Mm, Effect 8 monitor. C point. When will you grow into the face when you make Majin Vegeta? I don't know what does that sentence mean, to be honest. Do you mean like when I'm going to remaster Majin Vegeta? Is that what you meant? I still don't know what the order of remasters will be. Like, I just know that the next remaster will be Goku 4. Like, 100% the next remaster is Goku 4. And then after that, a possibility is Gohan 4. Another possibility is Vegeta 4. And Vegeta 4 also means remastering Majin Vegeta. And what else is there to remaster? Like you have Vegito and mm, I guess, well, yeah, like Namek Saga and Andre Saga Vegeta, but like those two Vegetas already have pretty cool movesets, so I will just remaster the sprites. Like Saiyan Saga Vegeta is really cool to play with. He only needs some new sprites, and actually some of the like the basic combo is already remastered. I only need to remaster other sprites. Mm, and then there's Goku from the Namek Saga, but that one only needs to remaster the basic sprites because the rest are fine. Like the moves are pretty cool, especially Meteor Smash is pretty epic. And you know what? Am I missing something? Let me look at the website. Oh yeah, Trunks, bro. Trunks from the Cell Saga. That one also needs a remaster. Of course, all of the villains need remaster, but like the villains suck currently. They suck so much. And the Piccolos are fine, but like I really like how Piccolo looks with weighted clothes, like with the cape and the turban. I really like how he looks, but I don't really like how he looks without the cape. So I will remaster the one without cape. But the one with cape I will mostly keep it the same. I think. Maybe. Yeah, he looks good, but only when the cape is on, you know? Like without the cape, he's not nearly as cool. Because he still uses the same the same anatomy as the original character designs. Like he still has the deep sword pose. Like the left hand is more to the front than it should because Deep holds a sword and all that stuff, you know. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, actually, I'm going to do well. Don't know, but after finishing the next function, I'm going to do a little fighter to rest. I'm going to play some very hard fights on Little Fighter 2 remaster. But first, I want to finish these functions here. So, okay. Mm, I'm going to add here that yeah, I think the same. I don't know why he chose Deep, to be honest. I think because he first did Vegeta and Deep's hair is like more similar to Vegeta's, but then he should have chosen Woody instead because Woody literally has like Vegeta's hair. So I don't know. It's very weird. Like, Bash, are you there? Why did you choose Deep instead of Woody? I guess he's not here. But I'm not going to use those two characters as references. But if you mean about moveset, then maybe I can borrow some stuff from Deep because I like Deep is probably my favorite character. Like his moveset is so good for like fighting multiple enemies. Mm, okay, so Bro, I think you don't know what makes deep so OP. Now I'll show you. Yeah, the dash attack. That's it. Like the dash attack has area damage, which is something weird on Love 2. I'm gonna stop interrupting now. No, bro, keep talking. If not, I'll get asleep from too much code reading. The update and feasible. Okay, so like this is just references from other components, which I don't care about right now. Like, bro, like this is so infuriating because like I see this and I want to understand every single line, but I know that I can't do that right now because like in order to understand this part, I first need to remember how C point works. So I'm just going to leave it behind. What we doing right now? Yo, Camlock. As the title says, I'm trying to remember my Unity project live and it goes wrong, which means I suffer a lot because this is very painful. It's a painful process, but the outcome will be pretty epic. Okay. Mm, compound rigid body. Okay. Mm, last one on this. Bro, like, look at this. Like, I'm trying to avoid looking at beam struggle code, but like here there are stuffs that are related to beam struggle. Like it's impossible to avoid it. Like, since everything is connected, I can't just avoid it. Okay, so on every frame, okay, if struggle group equals 0, that basically means that the beam is not inside beam struggle. Now, why do I even write this condition 2 times? Oh, there's a comment in Spanish. Why? I usually comment everything in English. Oh, this is from when I think this is from where I was when I was debugging the 2 bugs from Beam Struggle. That's why there's a random debug here. Okay, I'm going to leave that because I need the debugging still for figuring out the bug. But like later on, I'll delete this one. And then vector 3. Yeah, apply velocities from the dvx dvydc frame components. If facing right, then add force, frame velocity. What is frame velocity? Oh yeah, right. Yeah, makes sense. Mm, if frame move. Okay, yeah, this is for the frame velocity and this is for the frame move. Okay, then if it's not facing right, that means it's facing left, and then you add a minus sign to the x component. Okay, I'm going to add here that yo Delta, look, it's you. You're inside the code. Mm, yo, it's you. Transform position minus last position. Now, why do I need the variation of position? Exactly. If the last position is different than the current position, then current velocity is this. What? Oh, like this just calculates what the current velocity is, because Unity does not hold like the velocities of the objects. So that means I have to calculate it on every single frame, because like beam struggles modify the velocities of the beams and the keybolts and everything. So in order to like save the last velocity I had or something like that, which I don't remember, I have to compute the velocity on each frame. That's why I'm doing that here. I'm going to add a comment saying compute velocity of the last axis and three axis. Last position equals transform position. Okay. And set catching victim to null after the catching. Okay, yeah, this is like this exactly the same as the character, because blasts can also catch enemies, as I say. So let's see if okay, I can copy paste this thing because it's literally the same. Okay. So we have arrived to the middle of the script. There's really not much left on this script, but I want to take a rest, so let's play a bit of Little Fighter. Where I have 43 hours played on the remaster. That's insane. Okay, so I'm going to, like, usually when I play this game, I just do some very weird fight. Like, for example, now that there's cost mode, I like to play against like 5 enemies at once with like, you know, 800 euros or whatever that is. Well, let me fight against. Ah, yeah, 5 is good. So basically, I have a random character, and each time I get killed, my character changes to a different one. Cost based means that everything has like a money amount. Here, down to bottom right and bottom left. Well, you can't really see it because there's like the overlay, but like if I move this, And now here you can see the money I have. And the other team also has money. So every time a character dies, they lose 100 euros or whatever money it is, and they revive, you know. So the match ends when, like, a team loses when they reach 0 money. Well, when they don't have enough money to revive. Bro. This guy's dash attack is insane. It's like probably the best dash attack in the game. Well, not Louis dash attack is the best one. No. Bro, Luis is actually so OP, like his dash attack is very broken, but he also has the armor. It's so annoying fighting him. Like, I'm not talking about Luis X, I'm just talking about regular Luis with the armor. Oh. Davis is really dangerous because he can hit you with defend up attack and you can't do anything else against that. Bro, I should make some clones. No, actually no, because my clones usually die instantly. So I prefer saving the key for the multi-shuriken. It's pretty OP. No. Yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine. This is going very good. No, clones. And they die. But they can turn invisible and then start. But like this is sad because you don't know where you're at while you're invisible, and they cannot run away. Okay, I'm dead. Now I'm deep. Deep is the best, bro. Look at this. Look at that, bro. Look at that area damage. Of course, Luis tanks every hit I throw at him. Because he's just built different. No, not the flute, bro. What? No, again? What? 2 times in a row. Okay, this guy has to die right now. Right, I'm going to die asleep this early because this guy keeps spamming the flute. Okay, good. Okay, no worries because now I'm the most OP character in the game. You need a sword. Give me a sword. Okay, no. Yeah, Henry sucks, bro. It's so annoying. No, they stole my sword. No way. You're thieves. Yeah. Okay, Henry's almost dead. Henry, please die! Bro! I can't hit him. Okay, Henry is dead. Now we got another Davis. Trying so good at this game. Okay, of course they do an infinite combo on me. Okay, now I'm Woody. He's very OP if you use these diagonals for hitting the knee attack. Of course Davis had to do that. No, two Luises at the same time, bro. Bro, he just tanks the knee attack with his armor. Bro, he just tanks my most powerful attack like it's nothing. And now Rudolph has become invisible, so I have to go away. Okay. Look at this. Yeah. Okay. Bro, I'm killing everyone. I'm so good. But there's two freezers. Two freezers. Two freezers. No! This guy has to make clones. Can I beat this without dying anymore? Maybe I can. Right. Davis is almost dead. No! Okay, which character am I now? No, bro. Like, you can actually get like a hit like bug with Dennis if you hit a lot of enemies at once. But it's kinda hard to get. Okay, well, no, I need to hit like at least 6 enemies, I think, maybe, at once to get the bug. And you just kinda start doing infinite amount of damage if you do that. I just want to die, to be honest, because I like playing with Dennis is very hard against so many characters. Okay, David, I can do this thing. Yeah, I won. Okay. Okay, let me. I want to fight Julian with different characters. I want, like, you can kind of beat him with Dennis if you do it correctly. No. Okay, bro. Okay, there it is. Bro. Yeah. Right, so good. Oh! No, stop trolling. You can also spam blasts, you know? You're not the only one who can spam blast. Yeah, of course my blasts have no effect. Okay, just once more. Yeah. Bro, I'm so good. No, this is actually a cost, man. Okay, it's fine because Julian costs 300 instead of just 100. Should have picked random instead, so it's more fun. Bro, wait, I know. I need to play against 2 Julians with team codes. But I want random characters. It is going to be a very epic fight. Bro, why am I John? Well, actually, John is pretty OP. Like, he can block everything, bro. Look at that. How do I even damage them? If I can fit close. Okay, I did pretty good dash attack there. Oh! Okay, I'm going to do an extreme barrier. Got all this shield. No! How did he hit me? Okay, now I'm Rudolph. I can't do anything with Rudolph, bro. There's no way. He just dodges. Oh, yeah. Bro! Okay. Okay, Woody can't do anything, to be honest. Like, no one can do anything against. Okay, yeah. That was very epic combo, bro. Yo, guys, can't I have a little rest or what? No. These guys are bullying me, bro. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm Luis. Okay, I'm Luis. Am I allowed to go Luis X or am I not? How do you decide? Can I go Luis X or no? Can I grab Julian? That will be so OP. Oh, I cannot grab him. Where I'm going to go. Okay, no shame transform. I can transform. What? Why doesn't this work? Am I not remembering the input? Isn't it like? Isn't it the same input as DVCLF2 transformation? Bro, it's not working. Oh, I think you have to enable it in the options for some reason. Like it's disabled by default. Like they changed the remaster. So yeah, I just died. Okay, Deep can actually do something, but against 2 at the same time, maybe not so much. Oh yeah, but that was only 1 hit, and I'm almost dead already. Bro, they just keep spamming. Bro. Okay, bro. Okay, I am Davis now. Like I remember I was good at 1v1 with David against this guy, but like 2 of them is just too much, bro. Oh, I'm Henry. Henry is so good. I can't even pierce. Bro, don't drink milk. Like, is he really drinking milk in front of me, bro? I needed 3 arrows to pierce the armor. Right, I can't hit them. It's impossible. Okay, what's my last character? Yeah, Dennis. I can actually do something with Dennis. Well, not if both of them are spamming at the same time. Ugh. Okay, bro. Okay, one more. One more. Okay, Firen. Firen can actually do something because the fire kinda doesn't care about. Armor. But like, doesn't really do much damage, so it could spend an eternity burning it. Bro, don't drink milk, like. Okay. Oh, I have to use the fire breath. Yep, that's okay. No, it didn't reach. Bruh. Just goes for the rock. Yeah. Urine is OP, bro. No. Hey, I can actually do something. Oh, milk, please. No! Is the milk safe? Nope. There is no more milk. The milk is no more. But it's so good at dodging. He can't hit me, bro. It's too good. No! No. Okay, I lost the only character that can actually do something. Oh. Bro, explosion and fireballs are absolutely useless against this guy. Yeah, a combo! No way! Yeah, another combo! Come on! Yeah! No! Bro! The other one is spamming from the other side of the map. Okay, yeah, I'm Luis, and again I forgot to turn on the transformation, so I'm stuck as. But I can do. No! Come on, bro. Stop trolling. Stop trolling. Yeah. Okay, he's not there. Of course. Yes? Bro! He's immortal! Okay, I think I have a strategy with Louis. Can do. Okay, and I die. Of course. And Henry again. Henry is basically useful. No! Actually, Henry is OP. I can use the flute, bro. I can just spam the flute. And that's it. How was the input for it? No! They cancelled my flute. What's David? Okay. Bro, I lost the combo. No! Milk! Finally. Okay, and I lost it instantly. Bro. Deep. Okay, Deep. You can do this, Deep. Come on. You're literally Vegeta, according to Bash. Vegeta is very powerful, so you must be too. Okay, I think I'm basically dead already. Bro, don't run away! I don't think this is relaxing me from programming, like, it's stressing me more. These guys only know to spam balls, bro. That's all they do. Oh, look, I'm John. The day is saved, bro. He actually hit himself. I need them to hit themselves. Okay, I can. Okay. I'm going to just try to I don't have Louis on roll. I'm just going to pick Louis and transform. I need to lose more. Rolling me transform. Yeah. Okay, and I'm instantly dead, of course. Okay, I revive us. It's already epic. Then now I can just spam the spammable thing. Bro. Bro, I can't hit them, like, they just keep spamming the same shit. They don't have enough MP. Bro. Why does he recover the armor instantly? I can't hit one without the other starting to spam. Like, that thing doesn't really do any damage. Yeah, I killed one. First time I killed one. Okay, can try hitting them with their own stuff. No, Okay. Nope. Just need to kill 2 more and that's it. Bro, what? All my health is gone instantly. Bro, I spawned with only that health. This is still doable. The problem is when they spam from outside my view. Okay, this guy's dead. Yep, I killed another one. I only have to kill one more. Bro, why are they shooting up there? Okay, that one's pretty hurt. Go to the other side. No! Yes, okay. No. I'm getting stuck there. Bro, come on. Only one more speed. No! Okay, enough. Let's go back to the suffering. So... He's grounded. Why do blasts need to know if there's ground below? Well, I don't know why, but there's a function for it. So I'm just going to add it here. Like, maybe there's some use to the function. Flip character, like it's a blast, but the function is called character because it's just a copy paste from the flip character function. Like, I don't think there's any compensations here. I just scale negatively the. Yeah, because like blasts only use triggers, then they don't interact with physics, so I don't need to compensate anything. I just scale negatively the X component and that's it. So I need to copy paste this. Okay, next we have instantiate to, and it calls the instantiate function. And what's the instantiate function? What? Why is there a function called instantiate that I haven't defined anywhere? What's happening here, bro? What? What is instantiate? Okay, I don't get this. Why is there a function in calling that doesn't even exist? How's that even possible? Oh, yeah, probably this is just like a built-in function from Unity. Let me check. Mm, yeah, so instantiate is just a Unity function. That's why I haven't defined it, because like it probably comes from mono behavior or something. I don't know. So yeah, like instantiate two just calls the instantiate function. But like then why do I even need it? Like what? Why do I need that function? Hmm. Okay, that's very weird. Hmm. Where is this function called? Okay, not here. So this function is called from other places. But still, I don't get it. Like the parameters you have to pass are the exact same on this one and this one. So like there's no point on having this other second function. Maybe I did it so that I could expand the functionality later on. So I'm just going to leave it like it is. Like doesn't really matter. I'll add it here anyways. Okay, then spawn decal. Mm, so I guess spawn decal is here because explosions are blast objects and they spawn decals. So that's why there's a spawn decal here on the blast controller. So here, oh, string input, like you pass a string as input. So this is probably a function that's called through the animator, because if not, I don't get why will I use a string input. Let's check. Let's throw a big bang attack and let's look at the explosion and let's see if it has some kind of spawn decal call. Okay, so I shoot this and now let's see the explosion. Animator, you have destroyed. Yeah, exactly. Here I call spawn decal as an event. And here I tell it what's the decal and the offset or something. And yeah, some other parameters. I just remember, like when I was doing the project, I remember I I had like compatibility with other camera angles. I don't know if I can show it right now or if the game will break, but let me try it because it can be pretty funny to look at. Let's try at 10 degrees camera angle, which is a very small rotation. Oh yeah, it's working. Look at this, bro. Ah, that's so funny looking. Yo, isn't this cool? Can also change it to perspective. Look at this, bro. That's so cool. Yeah, right. Like I want it to look normally, like from a 30-degree angle generally, but I also want to explore ways that I can incorporate this. Like the original, like actually the main problem with this is that the objects, bro, like it's not better for gameplay. It's not better. Like yeah, right. Like it's so cool to look at. So I want this to be part of the game somehow. But in order to do that, first of all, I need to get rid of this. Like you see, the tree is on the way, so I need a system which allows the trees and everything to like disappear when they are in the way. But yeah, like this looks actually so cool. Though. Look at that. You can. It looks flat, bro. This is because like the whoa, the camera is below the ground. Can you spawn enemies? Is there a key for spawning enemies? No, there's not. Can I rotate? Whoa! Can I rotate other angles? Like, oh yeah, but it doesn't really work well. Whoa, bro! This is becoming like a TikTok. This vertical format. So cool. Right, I'm going to add this to the list of stuff for the new update. Like this looks pretty insane. Like it's so cool because it's a 2D sprite moving in a 3D world, and this camera view makes that so evident. Like with the regular camera, it's kind of not that easy to tell that the world is actually 3D. Like when you are looking at it this way, of course you can figure out it's 3D, but it's harder to tell. But when you use perspective, everything changes. No, the camera is okay. I broke the camera. The camera is broken. No, bro, this is also fun. Like you like listen. This is actually a pretty great idea because on like story levels or challenge levels or whatever, there can be parts of the level where the camera is just like this and you have to move this way. This can be actually pretty fun to play. What do you think? Like depending on the part of the level, the camera looks one way or another. Like, bro, this is going to be so insane. Like, this has so much potential. Let me destroy stuff with this camera angle. Bro, this is so good. Like, this is so good. But I have a problem with this, and it's that the sprite can stretch or get shorter depending on the camera angle. So I have to figure out how to make that work. Because like if you use this, well, now the camera. Wait, let me restart. I don't know what happened to the camera. So, like, if you use this angle, for example, the sprite gets completely flattened. Bro, like, there are already camera angles. I just need to adjust the height of the sprites. Bro, look! I look like a line. Bro, this is literally the best camera angle in the world. Bro, I actually want to fight someone with this camera. Can I go back to the menu and start a fight? I don't know if I'll mess something up because I have a random Vegeta sitting there. Let's try Vegeta versus Vegeta. Police War. Like, I don't know if the current version of the game is prepared to actually play fights. Okay. What's going on? Okay, so the problem, yeah, this is the problem. Like, I spawned here, but there's still the other Vegeta there. So, okay, this is easy to fix. I just need to disable this Vegeta. There are actually more characters there spawn, but I have them disabled. So let me try fighting someone with a weird, like a cooler looking camera angle. Bro, where's the camera looking at? Okay. Vegeta versus Vegeta. Actually, I want... No, I'm just going to pick, like, randoms. I want something crazier. Okay. Let's see. I want the camera to use, like, perspective view. Bro, where's the camera looking at? look at the name tags. The com. Bro, why are... What's happening? Bro, that's so annoying. If I use orthographic, then that gets fixed. Bro, why then? Why are these guys down on the bottom of the map? I can't see anything there because the camera is so bad. I need them to go up. Let's spectate their fight. Look at this, bro. Bro, why are they? Why are the sprites? Are you seeing that? Like their sprites are not straight like mine. Their sprites are bad. Probably it's because of the camera angle I'm using. Like this should not happen. Like this Vegeta is fine. Isn't it extremely weird to see the game this way? Like, it's so cursed. Hey Gogeta, come here. Bro, stop charging key. Okay, here he comes. Okay, now the fight begins, bro. I can see shit because of all the trees that are in the way. Bro. Okay, combo. I'm going to combo him. I actually comboed him with perspective camera. Okay, yeah, more combos. Why didn't that hit? Okay. Epic combo. Delta, what do you think of this? camera view. I'm so powerful, bro. He can't beat me. Look, I'm going to counter attack him. Counter, bro. Counter, yeah. I beat him, bro. I beat Super Gogeta with Vegeta. It's Super Saiyan 1 Vegeta. He's so good at this thing. But does the house look when you get inside? Yeah, it looks the same. Yeah. Cool. Epic. Okay. Let me add the idea. So camera movement. mm, okay. Like probably what I will do is allow for like a range that goes through. Wait, let me check different ranges of camera angle. I think I could allow from like 10 degrees to 40 or something, or 45. Like this could be the minimum amount, which looks nice, and the maximum amount could be like, no, that already looks kind of messed up. Like this is the default. 30 is the default. 10, 10 could be like the minimum. And then maybe up to 40. I think I could like up to 40. It's still like it kind of looks squished, the sprite, but well, like I can just adjust how that works. But yeah, like something like from 10 degrees, which is this, to 40, which is this. That will be the possible range, and then of course the perspective. Actually, the perspective allows you to rotate it. What? Where's the camera going, bro? This is like at 0 degrees it goes to infinity because probably I'm using some trigonometric function which is making the camera divert to infinity when I go to 0. Like 0 is this. I'm not going to do 0. I'm going to do like from here, which is 3. This is 3, so something like 3. Actually, no, look, like I'm going inside into the map and the camera is not getting closer. That's because it needs to be like 5. 5 at minimum, I think. No, actually it's not working either. Like the camera is not getting close. Like it starts working at 10. Below 10 it kinda does well. 9 still works. I think 7. Yeah, 7 is kinda the 6, 7, something like that. And then up till 40 you can kinda do it without it looking completely weird. Because this is just too much. How ambitious do you wanna be with this project? As ambitious as my time gets me to be, like But like this is a lifetime project, bro. Like this is basically my dream Dragon Ball game becoming true, you know. So like this is literally a lifetime project. This could get expanded forever. Like, well, look, I'm bunny hopping. There's bunny hop. Oh, I can't bunny hop anymore. I don't know why. Okay, let's stop doing. Let's stop losing time. Now, spawn decal. Yeah, this just kinda spawns decals. I don't care about the decals right now because I remember that I wanted to remaster how the decals work. Because right now they kinda take too much memory or something. I don't know what, but they are not good for performance. So I need to change how they work in the future anyways. Not for this update though. But here there's like you select the prefab, the position offset, decal mode. So decal mode is mode 0 is ground mode, spawn a decal downwards only, wall mode, spawn a decal on the direction of the blast, and mix mode, both ground and wall at the same time. Okay. This static IK ground mode, spawn a decal downwards only. Mm, what's the difference between that and ground mode? What? It's so weird. Isn't it the same? It's literally the same code, isn't it? Like, if I copy paste this, won't it look the same? No, there's something different. Current velocity. Like, what does velocity matter when spawning decals? Oh, the offset depends on the velocity. I remember the decal spawning was pretty weird. I don't really care much about it right now though, so I'm just going to add here like a block saying that there's this spawn decal function. Okay, so the only thing that I don't really understand here is why does the position of the decal depend on on the velocity of the blast? But mm, I don't know. It's weird. It doesn't matter though. Like I don't care about decals right now. I will care later on when I remaster the decal system, but for now I'm just going to leave it as it is. Then try, okay, this is a utility function and play SFX. Yeah, this again a function for playing sound effects through the animator. just going to copy paste the one from here, which was the same. Of playing a sound through the animator. Okay, yeah. And that's it. We finished the blast controller script. So what will the next one be? Maybe blast body. I don't even know what this does. Or probably blast body is for like interacting the blast with the environment. Like probably it's placed on the body of the blast, the child object of the body. Let's verify it. Body, yeah, here it is, blast body. So this script basically does what I just said, probably. Like you have, of course, there's like on trigger enter because the body has a trigger. It's a capsule called a collider, which is a trigger. Mm, so I don't remember how on trigger enter works. Like, if does it get called if any of the colliders sitting on the object collide, or I guess so, right? Mm, like there's no reference to the collider which is colliding. Like if I had here a second collider, which one will this call? That's why I don't understand right now. They ask the AI here. Okay, so like okay, so this only gives you the other collider. Like you can't, if you have multiple colliders on the same object, you can't know which one has triggered this function. Okay, yeah, that's all I wanted to know. Okay, so on trigger enter, oh, here we have like, is this a continuous beam? So if the beam is continuous, then there's a flag on the continuous beam controller which gets set to true. I guess this flag just makes the beam stop. Like if you shoot a Kamehameha to a wall, it just stops there. It doesn't advance. Then you have ground collider. What's other what? What's ground collider? Oh yeah, like it's literally the collider that has collided. And if it's not a continuous beam, then what? If layer mass, okay, if the layer is ground, then you change the state to destroy state. So yeah, like every time a beam collides with a wall, it gets destroyed basically. Like it can't pierce unless it's a continuous beam, which I'm not sure is good. Like, maybe some beams, even if they are not continuous, should pierce, but I don't really care that much right now. I can just leave it as it is. Let me write about this. Wait, why does the ground layer not get checked if the beam is continuous? Like that doesn't make any sense. Oh, there's this here. Like there's probably a reason I did this. No, I don't really understand actually. It's going to be, but like, bro, I don't get it. Mm, I need an example of a continuous beam, but for that I need a Gogeta character, and I don't want to add a Gogeta right now. I'm just going to, like, that doesn't really matter. I will probably understand it later. Wait, when does this become like null again? Here it gets a reference to the to the wall, and then at some point it becomes null. Maybe it becomes null after the wall gets destroyed. Yeah, probably that's the case. Okay, this script is done. What else do we have? Blast controller, that we already saw that. Blast general catbox. This is about like the cutting, so I'm not going to look at this right now. Blast hit controller. This is again about hitbox, so I'm just not going to say hardbox is still out the hitbox system. Blast state. Okay, these are like the but like I don't think I'm going to go through the state machine of the blasts because they are probably exactly the same as the character state machines. But with blasts instead. Yeah, like this is the same code as for the character ones. Let's see the base the blast state class. Yeah, it's exactly the same code. So yeah, like we could say that I've already saw everything about the blasts. But of course, I'm still missing the continuous beam. So let's look at that. Continuous beam. Look at this script, bro. Like, what is this? Like, I want to know what happened here. Like, seriously. This is probably from a bug that took away like a whole day from me. And it was probably like a stupid bug that like probably the cause was some single line of code which was causing the bug. And it's probably the wrong insane or something. Okay, so we have a continuous beam controller, which I think is like an additional controller. Okay, I think I'm going to need to spawn a Gogeta so that I can look at an example of no, actually I can just look for a prefab of a Kamehameha. Mm, bro, where is the Kamehameha? It's nowhere. Oh no, this is Kame start. Bro, where is it? Probably there's a prefab. Yeah, here there is a prefab. But I don't even know if this is the final prefab, like I have a second one here. This can't be it, it doesn't even have the conf view. It's probably this one. Okay, I'm not sure, bro. Mm, well, I don't know. I guess this is what I'm looking for. So there's the continuous beam controller. Okay, here's the blast body script. Mm, okay. Okay, not that long of a script. Let's try. Like, I want to try finish this script today, and then I'll stop streaming. Let's see if I have time. So first we have some variable declarations. There's one for the body of the beam, another one for the head, heat controller, facing right, frame move, initial head position, destroying. But like, I don't really understand something. Like, other blasts have their folders here with stuff in them. I don't get why. Yeah, I think I get it. I think continuous beams don't really use states, or maybe they do. I don't remember. Yo, games, finally you're here on one of these painful streams. Yeah, bro, I want to get this done as soon as possible. Like, I want to actually start modifying the game instead of just looking at it and reading the code. Bro, did you see What am I working on? I'm not working on anything. I'm just like studying my own project. Right now, I'm like look at the way I'm documenting the code. I'm using like this website which allows for making diagrams, and like for each category of stuff, I have these green boxes, and inside I put every script and have like general descriptions on what they do. And later on, when there's more stuff, I can start connecting with arrows like this, so I know what scripts are interconnected. Like generally, all of the scripts are interconnected, but I only want like the most important connections. Probably now I can do more connections than before. Like, for example, here I have input, like some of the important stuff, like inputs, the caching system, all of that. I have it marked like that, so then I can go there if I want to know where to find it. Mm, well, did you see before what I did with the camera angles? Because it's pretty cool. Okay, I'll show you in a moment. Let me first figure this out. Like, I was looking at something because, like, the logic for regular blasts and continuous blasts, like the Kamehameha, are very different. So I'm trying to figure out if, like, continuous beams use state machines or not. Okay, so yeah, they don't because this continuous beam, which is like the standard one, then the rest one are like this one but modified. This one just only uses the continuous beam controller. It doesn't use the regular beam controller, the blast controller, which is the one that has the state machine. There's no state machine here, so that means continuous beams don't have custom logic. They all work the same. Okay, that's very good to know. I have to make a pretty visible note from this. Is there like a velocity parameter for the yeah frame move? Yeah. Okay, I want to make this very visible, so I'm going to use bold for that one because it's very important for me to know that continuous beams don't use states. They are they all work the same. Like before, I thought that a continuous beam was like an expansion of a regular beam, but no, like it's a completely different entity. Okay, then we have billboard. Wow, does it use billboard? I guess it does. But I don't remember how this works at all. Oh yeah, it does because like it's not 3D, it's 2D actually. So I made it so it always points at the camera. Mm, I still don't know how the billboards work though. Like there's one for each part of the beam for some reason. This is kind of weird. Well, anyways, there's this. Okay, this is the hitting wall flag that we saw before, and there's the summoner, which is the character that spawned this. And on the way we kinda do. We said these little references. And here we have some other references. And then fixed update. There's a bunch of stuff here going on. So sound effects. What? Oh, yeah. So like loop timer. Is loop timer a parameter? Yeah, it is a parameter. So like loop timer is just the amount of time the SFX loop lasts. So every time it finishes, it plays the clip, the sound clip. Okay, then okay, I should be writing this down. Then we get the delta time. Yo, delta is it's you again. Epic. Then if hit controllers, okay, if this is not in a struggle group, then its movement follows the animator control frame move vector. Okay. Then if you are hitting a wall, then stop moving, make the velocity 0. Then there's this scale thing. Mm, what is this exactly? What? Why does the y scale depend on the velocity? Bro, what is this line? I don't understand. Like, what this line is doing, it's like squishing the beam the faster it goes, but I don't remember making that at all at any point. Like, what? Like, it's actually a plus. So, like, on every frame, this actually makes the beam bigger on every frame. Why? Like, why will that happen? Oh, but it's also getting divided by this. Bro, what? Oh, okay, no, actually, this might be, yeah, like this is a continuous beam. So instead of moving it, what I do is I stretch it. Yeah, this is the body. This is not the head. The body has to stretch instead of move. That's what's happening here. Yeah, this stretches the body accordingly to the movement of the head. I think. I'm not sure of it. Because then you have this thing. Like, there's this, but there's also this inside here. So, like, here actually. Oh, but this is the position. Oh, okay. Yeah, so yeah, this stretches the body, but also the body has to move because if you only stretch it, like if you only stretch it, then wait, let me open paint. Like if you have this Kamehameha beam, oh, if you have this, if you only stretch the body without moving it, this thing will happen. Like it will stretch in both directions. So what I do is I stretch it, but I also move it to the right, so that it looks like it's advancing. Okay. Also the head moves to the right or left. Then if okay, yeah, if the thickness is less than this, then destroy the object because when the destroy tag is activated on each frame, the beam starts to shrink, and then after being less than 0.1, then it gets destroyed. No, actually, what? Why do I have this here and also here, but with a different quantity? Like here is 0.1 and here is 0.01. Oh, because this is the body, while this is not the body. What? Okay, I don't get this. Oh no, okay. Like this axis is inverted. It says Y, but it's not Y. It's actually how long it has stretched. So what this does, yeah, I understand. So this is for beam struggles. So if you're inside a beam struggle and your blast loses, if you lose too much terrain, then it gets destroyed. Like if you get to this point, then it gets deleted and you lose. While this other it's what happens when it shrinks. Like it starts shrinking, and when it gets to a certain point, then it gets deleted. So, but for some reason, I don't have any comments. Like I'm having to figure it out right now. Yo, Delta progression is it's nice. I'm going to finish already the blasts, and tomorrow I'll start with the hitbox system, which is cool. There's definitely some progress going on. So this is for beam classes. Bro, you literally don't even code anymore. You can't give me lessons, bro. You're now a vibe caller. I'm superior to you. Okay, if destroy. Also, I'm writing docs but I'm writing a superior version of docs, which allows me to connect with arrows. So this is like docs, but better because I have arrows. And I can see it all visually. Like I can see all the systems, the blast system, the state machine system, the player controller. Bro, like this is the superior way of documenting code. So if this, yeah. So like, let me add it here. Okay, hit controller. The increased damage fades away over time. What is this? Okay, this is like, I think this is related to when you're in a beam struggle and you start spamming the attack key and you get more power on your beam. I think that's what this does, maybe. Or something. I don't know. Like, mm, like if the current attack is superior to the base damage, then yeah, that's probably what's. Yeah, exactly. That's what happens. Like, if the current damage is superior to the base damage of the blast, then on its frame you lose some damage. And if hit controller strong group. What? Oh yeah, like every time the damage of the blast updates, if the blast is on a struggle, then the velocities of the struggle have to update because the velocities depend on the power of its blast, you know. Okay, so I'm going to add here. Okay, this part is interesting. Mm, and then we have flip character. Why do I have a flip function if beams can't flip? Function called instance. Okay, yeah, this comment is like from somewhere else. Okay, so this is probably only called when the blast is spawned for the first time. Like, I'm sure of that because a Kamehameha can't flip around after it has been uh, shot. So facing right. Mm, Apparently here I'm using rotation instead of negative scale. Probably it's because of the BFX, because the BFX can do weird stuff if you scale it. But that's because I actually created the BFX after discovering that I have to use local space instead of global space for the particles. If I had used local space since the beginning, I will probably have used a like negative scale. Probably that's why all of this is so weird. Like, what's this graph, bro? I'm calling like three different flip functions. It's so awkward, man. But well, I guess it works, so it doesn't really matter. But it could have been done better if I knew that local position existed for BFX. So you want to see the billboard thing? Oh yeah. So this is the script where I was very happy, as you can see from the comments. Where's the script here? Yeah, I was very in a very good mood. Mm, so this flip function, bro, like you can't know the frustration of coding. You just byte code. Like, of course you don't get this. How can you expect to understand? Mm, I get mad at code something. Bro, you get mad at your slave. Really? Bro, if there's something easy, then do it yourself, bro. Bro, what's this minus 60 rotation? That's so random. Why? Mm, oh, actually makes sense. Yeah, normally. I think it makes sense. Maybe. Well, I don't really care about the script, to be honest. Like, if I recorded this part, I will probably do it differently right now because I'm pretty sure this is too complex because I didn't know that I could place the visual effects into local space. So since the particles are on global space, they do weird things when you scale them. That's why I have to do a lot of workarounds. What's this? Maybe in the future, when I do new continuous beams, I can remaster this so that it's better coded. But like, I'm not going to do that right now because like it works as it is. So why change it? Okay, then there's this increased damage, which gets called every time you press like the tag button, and that's it. Like, I'm not even going to get into how that works. There's probably some weird function that they chose to make the damage progress slower the more you have, but it doesn't really matter, right? Okay, I'm done with the blasts. So next time we'll get into the hitbox system, which is the first of the in like it's the first of the three very complicated systems that the game has. So maybe then Ken can appreciate my work instead of criticizing the game after seeing all of the logic that's behind the hitbox, the catching, and the beam struggle system. Okay, Ken, I'm going to show you the camera thing. But we were before looking back at the different possible camera angles, and I have like an idea, maybe on like besides from having an option so you can choose your camera angle, maybe on some stages or some levels or whatever, some parts can have different camera angles, to make it more like, I don't know the word for it, but let's say to make it more fun. So, okay, look at how the camera is going to change. So right now this is the default camera, and then I can do then I can do this. You see, now it's 15 degrees instead of 30. Are you watching, Ken? There it can eclipse through the ground, but here it works. And then look at this. This is still orthographic perspective, but I can set it to actual perspective, and it looks like this. Which is pretty fun. Of course, in order to actually use it, I really need to make the system that makes the objects in between invisible. Like this tree has to go away if it's in between the camera and me. But like, you see how cool this looks, right? And you can change the angle here too. Like it looks so fun, but like it's a 2D sprite on a 3D world. That's so cool. A 2D sprite doing parkour and charging his key. Ken, what's your opinion on the perspective view? Just ignore the trees that are getting in the way, because that will get fixed. Okay, Ken has no opinion, he's quiet now for some reason. Epic. What do you mean his sprites are finished? I just didn't put them into the game yet. Because like this is a very old. This is from when I was originally doing the basic sprites, and I was trying them out in game. Like this is so old, bro. Like this Super Vegeta is from like 6 months ago or something like that. Like it's from before starting Broly. That's how old this is. Bro, the aura looks so good. Like there's no game with an aura as accurate as this one. Bro, like this literally looks like an anime aura. Vegeta's attack, bro, is so powerful. So epic. Okay, so I'm going to finish the stream already. So thanks for watching. Probably I'll stream tomorrow too. I'm trying to stream every day to keep the streak going and to, because like I really want to get to the point where I remember everything from the project and I can like do whatever change I want to make. And yeah, so like tomorrow. Oh, actually, this is also green already. Yeah, green. Tomorrow the hitbox system. So here, you haven't been before, but like you can. There's a lot of stuff here, but actually the only hard stuff are these three here. The rest are way shorter scripts, and like they are more manageable than these three. Like these three are absolutely insane. So like once I get to this point, once this turns green, the rest is just like a few streams. You know? Why is cutscene so hard? Why is cutscene so hard, bro? Like just think a bit for a bit all of the stuff you have to consider when a character catches another character. Like just think yourself for a bit. What are all of the things you have to consider? Like you will see there's an endless amount of stuff you have to be aware of when doing that, because like one character, let's see what you got. The other character is yeah, so like one character gets sent to a state where he's catching and the other character gets sent to a state where he's getting caught, but before that there has to be something that sends them to that state, you know. So like there are two different ways you can catch someone. Like in LF2 you can either hit 3 times an enemy and then walk towards them, or you can use a move that directly catches them. But that's only the easy part, you know, because then there is stuff like your character, which is catching the enemy, needs to know what enemy they are catching, because like when you catch someone in F2, you are the one who controls what their position are, and that's like pretty insane to do. Like, look, Vegeta has this thing called C point, which is like it's nothing. It's just an empty object which marks a position. So I need to be able to put this somewhere, and then the other character has its own C point. And the thing is that the code needs to make it so the two C points from character 1 match the C point from character 2. So that if this Vegeta has his C point here, and the second character has their C point on the neck, then the other character appears here with the neck right where the C point is. And then other stuff like what happens if you're catching someone and then another character comes and tries catching the same character that you're already catching? Or what happens if you're catching someone and other character comes and hits away that character? What happens to you? There are like 9,000 edge cases that you have to be careful about when doing like a catching system of this type. Like it's insane. Like trust me, it's the worst part. And this is just something that I'm telling you from the top of my head. Like there are a lot more of things you have to consider. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna go now. I stream 3 hours and a half. What, bro? This is like when I was on my prime, streaming for 7 hours a day, you know? Okay, see ya next time. Probably tomorrow. Goodbye.